I'm going to just, so this painting is an 11 by 14. So it's relatively large, but the thing is, it's very complex painting. It's got layers and layers of stuff going on. You know, her dress she's got a wedding dress on, but it's got pinks and purples and yellows in it. You know, I had to think about how to, they were in front of the Golden Gate Bridge originally. I took that out of it. I kind of worked on a sketch first because I wanted to remove that and make sure that I had, you know, and I did grid out some of it because I didn't want it to be distorted in any way because it's a portrait. And so, you know, something like this, which is realistic, has multiple layers. It has not only does it have the multiple different kinds of brush strokes and like, you know, thick kind of laying of paint. It also has layers of glaze to kind of shift color and add in or to make unify certain areas together, which is a more complex kind of thing to do than to just paint in like anyway. So I'm giving you all of this basic information here, and I'm going to talk about the connection here as well between spirituality and creativity. Because when I told you that my husband was learning how to paint because he was anxious and, you know, he overthinks things, he gets worked up, he's a very, you know, he's somebody who's, you know, kind of anxiety person, and he's, you know, is very intelligent. He's always got something going on in his head. And I told him, you really should start painting. Not only did his paintings improve amazingly, now he's selling his work. His work is great. Since he started in like 2017, 2018, and it's 2020 going into 2025. It's 2025 now. So 7 years or so. And he is professional now. He's professional level. And he did not start out that way. I mean, he had some natural talent for drawing and things, but he certainly didn't know how to paint. He also had a massive personality change as well from painting. He's become much calmer, more grounded. He's actually having more psychic experiences. He is more tuned in. Now, he's always had some, you know, these are features of him, but his slowing himself down and becoming more attuned and kind of paying more attention. I've seen a big change. He's less anxious. He's able to sort of settle himself down better. He's able to take on more. He's really passionate and excited about making paintings, and he's kind of a little obsessed with it because that's kind of his nature. But it has become, in many ways, his spiritual practice to paint. And painting is extraordinarily meditative because you're basically staring at something and trying to capture it and think about this, what's right in front of you. So you're very much in the present, being in the present and this is another thing. When you're starting out, it's great to just grab something, sit it down and just try to like capture it with a little sketch and eventually draw, make it into a painting if you're interested, creating still lifes. And we'll do some of that later down the road. But the other thing is get yourself an inexpensive but nice, or again, Jerry's. I know I'm plugging Jerry's a lot, but they have these wonderful little sketchbooks, which I love because you can carry this around in your purse and it's just really tiny and it has this little, I love those things. And then you just get yourself a nice pencil, an ebony pencil and an eraser, inexpensive, and just sketch things, to sit around and look at your furniture and try to capture it, or your cat or your dog or your kid, or when you're out and about, if you're bored, just pick up your sketchbook and just look at something, the flowers or whatever. And the more you engage with this, the better you're going to become, the more you're going to see, the more grounded you're going to become, the more in tune with yourself. Because when you're creating, you're connecting to the creator. You are a divine spark of creator. And so when you are present and you are with yourself, you will feel the connection between all things. And it will be subtle, but it will eventually, you will shift and change. You will feel yourself becoming more attuned to your surroundings and more aware of the way things are. It's quite remarkable. So you get twofolder out of doing a creative process like this. You get to make beautiful things that you can give as gifts to people you love and are extremely meaningful. If you get really into it and you get good at it, you can sell it if you decide to and make a living at it, or sell things here and there for fun. You can have shows and interact with friends and family. You can go and do, and if you're a painter, go to plein air events and participate in, groups of people, join a guild locally, online, and meet other people through that. You can take classes where you meet friends and you learn new things. And this is true of any of the arts. It doesn't have to just be painting. It can be music. Music is really social. Knitting, joining a knitting circle, doesn't matter. Or jewelry, any of the arts, or sculpture, whatever. So we're starting with painting, and so these are some basic things. Get yourself a decent pencil and a decent eraser. Inexpensive. This is about $5. And start with that and getting some good paints. Now, the secondary part I want to talk about is the breakdown process, right? So there's going to be, there is a photo below that we're going to break down. And there's a couple things that you can do to break things down. There's an app called Notanizer. And I would suggest you get that app, and Gridpainter. Both of those you can download onto your phone. So Notanizer basically will break everything down into a few different values. Now, you may not understand that at first, but really painting is don't get worked up about color. In fact, if you're just starting out, really doing a lot of black and white drawings and also breaking things down into what are called values. Values are basically just, for example, this value is dark. This value is light. This value is in the middle. This value is darker than this value. It's just the amount of light that something has, and darkness. And so if you break everything down into light and dark, and if you keep it simple, that is kind of breaking it down. So if you look at the photo of the actual original photo, and then you look at the drawing I did on a pastel drawing, that's like a sketch. I broke it down and just put the dark values first, pretty much. And I added in, you'll see the little, there's a little, there will be I'm going to probably be showing it right now. There's a little, I'll let that do the talking for you, and then you can see that right now, which is just me adding some light and which is the snow. Okay. Now, once you have that sort of, you've taken and broken stuff down, what you can do is, we'll do the next part of this. Now, I might add in some more photos in the bottom and just show you what I mean. So the Notanizer, if you were to use it, for example, is basically, it's an app that if you take a picture, it will turn things from the lightest to the darkest, and just keep it in the note. This will also help train your brain to break things down. Take a picture of a friend or a family member or a dog or cat or a chair or whatever you want to take a picture of. Put it through the app and look at what it automatically does. So